Welcome to this beautiful setting. We're in Volunteer Park in Seattle. And for those of you familiar with the legacy of parks in the United States, this is an Olmsted Park. And so here we have an incredibly beautiful place, very popular with the residents of Seattle. We also have some of the oldest trees in the city. They were planted here in the last century. They have been well cared for, well tended because of the legacy of this particular park. And you can see then in this image, and if you could see around me with the fall colors, the beauty of these trees. But it goes much deeper than that, and that's been part of my research for decades now, is to understand the benefits of trees in cities. And what are they? Well, there are first, some of the obvious things that people talk about. First is beauty, of course, the aesthetics of them. But then we talk about what are termed ecosystem services. So stormwater management, reduction of heat, now important with climate change. But my particular research is about human health and wellness. And we have seen from research, not only my own, but done by a community of science from all over the world, we've learned about reduced depression, reduced stress, better cardiovascular health, more physical activity, just a wide range of health benefits. And a particular note of late is mental health, because we've seen with COVID and other challenges in our lives, a decrease in mental health in people of all ages. And being in nature, being within trees, having access to parks and other nearby nature is essential for human health and wellness. Well, this event is so important because I have, as a person whose work is premised on environmental psychology, I observe that many people, because their lives are so busy, take trees for granted. They have no idea of the power, the miracle of trees that are around them and in their lives. And that extends often to our local leaders and policymakers. There are so many important items, so many important challenges in their lives and in their work that they don't necessarily think of trees as the solution and an essential thing to have in their communities. So an event like this, when you are climbing in a tree, and I've done this before, I've done tree climbing with a nonprofit, and when you are up in the canopy and you realize, so my experience with trees is they're solid, the pillar at the base. But as you climb up, you discover they are living things. They move in the wind. They have an odor. They have a life that is very different from what you encounter on the ground. And we're hoping that with an event like this awareness, this awe will be initiated and understood, and maybe urge people or suggest to people the importance of preserving, conserving, and planting trees in their communities.